Good morning. I'm Charles Barrow with Enterprise Kia coming to you live this morning on this fine Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. What I have for you this morning is a 2020 Kia Soul. That's right, this Kia Soul. This is actually the GT line of Kia. There's 6 different trim levels that are available, starting with the LX, going all the way up to the GT line. Let's start from the top. If you notice from this new body style, there's a very unique change. It's more aerodynamically designed, so it's going to be less wind resistant, so you're going to be able to cut through the wind. As we start here at the bumper, when it comes to mandates, it's typically a 2.5, 2.5 mile per hour bumper. Kia itself takes that up a step to 5 mile per hour bumper, so they actually double that. So if you ever make a mistake of bumping into something, you don't have to worry about all that damage coming to the front bumper with that 5 mile per hour bumper. If you notice here, this is actually a sensor for the Smart Cruise, which is a really nice, unique feature. As we get closer in depth with the vehicle, I'll take a closer look and go over a little bit more information for you. As we make it up to the top of the vehicle here, if you notice these very nice, unique LED headlamps, they're going to be brighter, more flooded light instead of your typical halogen lamps. The nice thing about these lenses also, they have this acrylic coating, so they're going to be less likely to fade or have that haze that we've seen in older model vehicles. Plus, with that acrylic coating, you won't have to worry so much about dents or dings or cracks coming into that particular feature. If you notice, we also have this nice bug shield on the top, so you won't have to worry about that residue or those bugs getting on top of the hood, which, you know, we don't really care for those having to scrub. You won't have to worry about that with that. Plus, it adds a little bit of style flash to your vehicle. We're going to go up under the hood now. When it comes to the Kia Soul GT lines, you have 2 options of a 2.0 or 1.6. This particular Soul here has the 1.6 turbo, which comes equipped with 201 horsepower for you. Plenty of power to scoot in, go. As we take a closer in-depth look underneath the hood, if you notice, all of our containers are clear and visible, so you don't have to worry about getting your hands dirty before that road trip. Dipstick's easy to get to check your fluids as far as your oil and everything. Plus, being that this is a Kia, it comes with your 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty to go along with your 5-year 60. If you noticed before, we have the hydraulic hinges, and this particular engine itself has the breakaway motor mount. So if you're ever involved in a front end collision, instead of the motor itself going into the occupancy inside of the vehicle, the motor is going to go up underneath the vehicle, as well as the way our hoods are designed. If you're involved in that front end accident, the hood itself is going to TP up to help prevent any protruding projectiles entering inside of the vehicle. As we take a closer look in depth up, this is a 3-tier glass. That's right, I said 3 tiers. You have glass, plastic, and glass. And what that's going to do for you, if the vehicle has a front severe impact and the glass is broken, instead of you having those large shards of glass, it's going to splinter out into what looks like a spider web per se. So you won't have to worry about those large chunks of glass coming in, hurting your occupants of the vehicle as well as the driver. To make it to the size of this 2020 Soul, if you notice, I really like this feature. Have you ever been in the drive-thru or going through the bank and you may ding the mirror? Well, guess what? Breakaway mirror, so you won't have to worry about losing that mirror. It actually folds outward and inward for your convenience. If you would, follow me around here. If you notice, right here in the mirror, you actually have your blinds on alert. that particular feature there will actually turn orange when you have a vehicle in your blind zone. Right here we have our A, B, and C pillars, plus along the sides of the vehicle, we have what we call intrusion beams. If you're ever involved in a T-bone type accident, those intrusion beams, along with your A, B, and C pillars, will create a rollover cage for the vehicle, so the energy from that accident will be absorbed by that, so you won't have to worry. Take a look at these 18-inch alloy wheels. They're sharp, they're stylish, plus they come with a tire pressure monitoring system. Now that tire pressure monitoring system, if you're driving down the road and you have a low pressure, if on the instrument cluster inside of the vehicle, it's going to notify you of which tire that is. Follow me as we go around to the rear of the vehicle. As I said before, not only do you have a 5-mile-per-hour bumper in the rear, front of the vehicle, you also have one in the rear of the vehicle. As we work our way up, you also have a backup camera. So if you notice, you ever go into the retail stores and traffic is kind of busy, well, now you'll be able to see what's going behind you, so you'll have that extra safety benefit of not backing into you anyway. Let's go inside of here real quick. If you take a closer look, we have plenty of rear storage space, and if you notice, you do have your child safety anchors. So if you have a small child that's in a car seat or a booster seat and you need to make sure that particular item is strapped in perfectly, we have that covered. If you notice here, we have a first aid kit, so for scratches, insect bites, and things of that nature. And if you notice, you have your speakers here for your Harman stereo system, which is very nice, great sounding system. Floor mats, some dealer options. This particular sole does come with your floor mats. If we take a closer look under here, we actually have a spare tire instead of a tire inflator kit. The nice thing about that tire being there, if you're ever involved in a rear end accident, it'll also help absorb the energy from that accident. We'll go ahead and set the lid on this. Would you ever notice, I'm going to break it down for you. We actually have privacy glass here, so if you're traveling, especially with the holidays that are coming up, doing that extra, that Black Friday shopping, you're going to have merchandise back there. But with that privacy glass, people won't be able to look in there and see what you have. Extra protection for you as we make our way around. We're going to go in here to the back seat area. And if you notice, plenty of rear leg room. For your passenger side, you actually have a little bag here on the back of the seat if you want to put your maps, things of that nature. You do have your power outlet here for your USB. So for the passengers in the rear, they'll be able to utilize that. Power windows, great stereo system. As you notice, we have the nice, unique Soul GT logos both on the passenger and driver's side of the vehicle. One tidbit of information that I didn't tell you earlier, but this has the smart key system. That's right, smart key system. Instead of having to pull that key out of your pocket to unlock the doors, all you do, as long as you have that key fob on you, just press that and you can automatically lock and unlock the vehicle. Let's take a look at the inside. Let's take a closer look inside of this 2020 Kia Soul. If we notice here on the driver's door, we have our power windows, power locks, and if you notice right down here, it has the upgraded stereo system, the Harman Kardon stereo system, 8-way power seats, and if you notice this nice, unique leather seating with your cloth heated seat center, which is a really great feature. As we work our way up here, the vehicle has your lane keep assist, which will allow you, if you're driving down on a main highway and you kind of swerve, the vehicle will be able to track the lines on the road, therefore keeping you in those lanes. Plus, down below that, we have a blind spot alert for those vehicles that are in your blind zone. Instead of just going ahead and trying to get in that next lane, it's going to notify you with an orange light either in your driver side mirror or your passenger window, whichever side that particular traffic is. We also have this really nice, unique auto stop start feature, which when you come to those stop signs and those red lights, it's gonna reduce the emissions that are gonna be placed in the atmosphere. Plus, it's gonna also enhance your fuel economy. Once you remove your foot off of the brake and press the gas slightly, the vehicle will start back up and you'll be ready to go. You won't even have to press anything additional for that feature to take place. I'm gonna go ahead and step in. As we notice, the vehicle is equipped with your auto headlamps. You have your Bluetooth capabilities. And also, I really like this feature, especially if you're driving day or night. We have a heads-up display. That's right, I said heads-up display. What that means for you is when you're driving down the road, instead of looking down at the instrument cluster, those cluster information is actually projected up here on the windshield for you. We have the cruise control plus the smart cruise. Just like I was telling you before, the smart cruise, say you're on the highway, you're driving, and you're in that Atlanta highway traffic. We know that traffic can stop and go at different times, but instead of you having to release the accelerator, adjust your cruise control, the vehicle is going to also do that for you. You can actually change the gaps for the distance of travel between you and that other vehicle. I'm going to start this up real quick so you can take a closer look at the inside of the vehicle. If you notice right here on the screen, we do have navigation, which is a really awesome feature. Plus, if we press the radio button here, you have your AM, FM bands, as well as your XM Sirius bands, plus your HD radio for those areas that are broadcasting their signal in that high HD signal. For the texters out there that like to use their Androids or their iPhones, this vehicle is also equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So you'll still be able to take advantage of those nice unique features on your phone. Pandora, if you like to use that. If you prefer to use your traditional maps, Google MapQuest and things of that nature, you'll be able to see those projected up on the screen so you won't have to look down there at the phone. Right here in the center, we actually have what we call the wireless charging. That's right, if you have one of those newer, latest, up-to-date phones, all you have to do is just place your phone right there and the phone will automatically charge itself. Here in the center, we have a dual climate control. If you notice, I have the driver's side right now on 66 degrees. The passenger, if they wanted to crank theirs up a notch, you can actually have two separate comfort zones. That's right, two separate comfort zones, folks. And if you notice right here, we have the drive mode, which you can actually place the vehicle in what we call a sports mode, so you can have a sportier, more intuitive feel of the vehicle. And to accommodate that, we have a paddle control shifters here. That way you can upshift and downshift as you drive. Really great features, folks. You need to really come in here, take a look, and check out one of these 2020 Kia Souls.